In WordPress, categories and tags are used to help organize our posts so that visitors to our website have an easier time navigating our content to find what they're looking for. Categories and tags only apply to posts. Pages in WordPress are organized in a different way, which I will cover in a later tutorial. Categories and tags are quite similar. Categories are used to more broadly group your content. If you have a category that has a lot of posts, you can further split this up by using subcategories. Tags are attached to posts as an extra identifying keyword. Tags don't physically structure your posts like categories do, and you don't have to add a tag or tags to a post if you don't think it needs any. However, all posts must be assigned to at least one category. If you create a post and you don't assign it to a category, or if you delete a category that has posts contained within it, these will automatically be added to the uncategorized category, which is in WordPress by default. Here's an example. Say you were creating a website to write tech reviews, and you'll be covering content like TVs, smartphones, laptops, and tablets. You would create each of those as a category, as it is a great way to separate and group relevant content. You could leave it at this, but say that you create hundreds of smartphone posts, and your readers would have a better experience if you subcategorized smartphones. You could create subcategories on how you think it best organizes your content or your posts. For smartphones, you could subcategorize based on the operating system, like iOS, Android, or Windows. Although since Android is actually the operating system used on like 90% of new phones, I think it would be better to subcategorize here based on brand. So I would create subcategories under smartphone, like Apple, Google, Samsung, HTC, Nokia, LG, etc. Now I can use tags to expand on this. I could use the operating system as a tag, so iOS, Android. You can use tags to note specific things about this post that are unique to it. So for smartphones, some of the new ones are coming out with a 90 Hz screen, so this would be great to use as a tag. And some new smartphones also include wide-angle cameras. That'd be another good tag. For laptops, you could add tags with the specs as well. So things like 144 Hz, which is a rare feature on a laptop and would make a good tag. So categories are the broad grouping of your posts, and tags are a little more specific to each individual post. Let's implement this in WordPress. I have a bunch of posts already added. So on my website, they show their category, which is currently all uncategorized, and their tags, if they have any. And at the bottom of my page, I can see that there's a list of categories, which currently just lists uncategorized. Categories will only show on the list here when they have at least one post added to them. Let's create some categories. So from the WordPress dashboard, we can create categories by going to Posts and then Categories. You can also create new categories when editing a post, which is handy, but when setting up your categories or managing them, this is best done on the category page. Here we can add a new category, and we can see a list of our current categories. The slug is used in the URL. So if you have a category called TVs and add a post to this, the address bar would be mysite.com/the category slug/the post slug. You can leave this blank and WordPress will generate the slug for you based on the name. So for TVs, it would use this and make it TVs just in lowercase. The parent category is used when creating subcategories. I want all these to be top-level categories at the moment, so I won't set a parent here. Description is optional. By default, WordPress doesn't use the description anywhere on the front end of your website. I'll create this category, and now we see this in the list. So I'll jump ahead and create all the other top-level categories. Okay, so now I wanted to create subcategories for the smartphone category. I'll create this in the same way, but this time I'll select smartphone as the parent category. Apple is now on the list, and it has this dash at the start. This means that it is a subcategory of the category above it, which is smartphones. Great, so I'll quickly add my other subcategories. My categories are all created, so let's create some tags. Posts and tags. Here we see a very similar page. Tags just can't have a parent tag, but everything else is the same as categories. I'll add a few tags here. If you need to manage tags or categories, you can edit them here, delete them, and manage those directly here. But for tags, I prefer to create these when editing or making a post, and I'll show you why. I'll open up one of my posts to edit. Under the Document tab, I can change the category for this post. I'll uncheck the uncategorized, and then I'll add this into one of my categories. For tags, we don't see the tags that we added to WordPress. Instead, WordPress uses this search box. If I start typing in a tag that I have, like Android, it'll show up here and I can select it. If I type in a tag that I don't have added yet, I can actually create and add that directly here by typing it in fully and then pressing enter or comma. I find it easier to create my tags here whenever they don't show up as an option, and then use the tag manager if I have to edit those. I'll jump ahead again and assign all my posts to categories and add some tags. Done. Let's see how this has changed on the front end of my website. My posts now have the correct categories and some relevant tags. And the categories list at the bottom now lists all my categories, and the uncategorized one is gone. If I select a category, I can see all my posts that are in this category. And I can also click on a tag to see all the posts with this tag. So that's how to use categories and tags in WordPress. If you're still a bit confused, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful. To keep me motivated to make more free tutorials, please subscribe, like the video, and leave a friendly comment. And if you didn't like this video, no problem. Smash that dislike button, twice even, and let me know everything I did wrong in the comments. For more tutorials with WordPress and other website tutorials, check out thewebsiteteacher.com. I'll leave a link in the description below.